Hi all. Now we are going to learn about opportunity cost. Okay. So what is opportunity cost? It is the value of next best alternative that is given up when a choice is made. Okay. So the choice can be of any type. For example, just imagine that you have an exam to attend tomorrow and your family or your friends are going for a movie. Right? Okay. So you have an option there. Like either you can go for the movie or you can study for the exam. So how can you explain your opportunity cost then? So if you decide to study, your opportunity cost will be the pleasure that you could have get from the movie, right? Those moments like the moments with your friends, the movie, everything. And what is the opportunity cost when you decided to go for the movie? The opportunity cost will be like maybe you fail the exam or you may be getting less scores in the exam. That will be your opportunity cost. Okay. So, uh, many times in our life, we'll have to make some choices, right? Even though we won't want to. Okay. So, that is what we call as opportunity cost. So, let's explain it with the help of graph. Okay. So, you can see a graph here. So, we'll be explaining the opportunity cost with the help of a PPC curve. Okay. The production possibility curve. Okay. PPC curve is given. We have the good Y on the Y axis, good X on the X axis. So the resources are given here. Okay. So as we know, in a PPC curve, the y-axis will be showing the maximum amount of goods that can be produced from the given resources, and x-axis will be showing the maximum amount of goods that can be produced with the given resources. Right. And this production possibility curve will be showing you the different combinations of the products that can be made with the same resources. Right. So just imagine that you decided to produce more of good Y. What will happen to good X? You can only produce less amount of good X, right? So that is what these lines show. So all those points on this curve is efficient, right? Efficient point, and inside will be inefficient, outside will be unattainable, right? So the points A, B, and C all are attainable levels. So if I decided to produce more of Y, that is Y1 range, okay, then I can only produce this much exponent, X2. Okay, if I produce this much of Y, good Y, I can only produce this much of X2. And if I decided to reduce Y by a little bit, and then I can produce more of X2. And if I decided to produce Y3 amount of good Y, I can produce X3 amount of X3. And if I decided not to produce any of the good Y, I can produce this much of good X. Okay. So that is the opportunity cost. So this curve shows the combinations of good X on the horizontal axis and good Y on the vertical axis. And as we mentioned, the points A, B, and C lie on the PPC, right? So all are efficient combinations, right? Now, when you move along the curve, as I mentioned, when you move along the curve from point A to B, you can see that increase in good X, right? So when you move along from this point, so this point, what was the amount produced of good Y? That is Y1, and the good X is X1, right? So when you move from A to B, okay, when you move from A to B, what is the change here? From Y1 to Y2, right? So it is reduced, right? The production has reduced. And what about the good X? It is increased to X1 to X2, right? So it is increased and this is decreased. Okay. So you lose good Y from Y1 to Y2 and you increase good X from X1 to X2. So the opportunity cost of extra X will be loss of Y, right? That is Y1 minus Y2. Got it? That is Y1 minus Y2. And when you change from B to C, okay, again, what is happening there? You increase good X further from X2 to X3 and you lose more good of Y, right? That is Y2 to Y3. So what will be the opportunity cost? Y2 minus Y3. So this is the opportunity cost. Clear? So this is how we will be calculating the opportunity cost. So you can take any goods here. Okay, you can take capital good and public good or private goods, merit goods. demerit goods. So, like any of that, okay, any of the goods you can, but the resources should be the same. Okay, we can do it for the opportunity goods. Is opportunity cost is for all concepts. Okay, so you can take any of the example, like you can try like studying or playing, saving or spending. So you can take any of the examples. So the opportunity cost will be always the value of the next best alternative. It is not on. It can be not always in the exact same values. Okay, so sometimes it will be like experiences as well, like going for a movie or studying or eating out or eating at home, saving money or spending money. So different topics can be covered. Okay. So this is the easiest explanation of opportunity cost.